for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call. All are present. To begin, I need motion to approve the policy committee meeting minutes of October 13th, 2021. Regular board meeting minutes of October 13th, 2021. Finance committee meeting minutes of October 18th, 2021. Personnel committee meeting minutes of November 2nd, 2021. Facilities committee meeting of November 2nd, 2021.
So moved. Second.
Thank you.
Okay, Flores? Yes. Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer?
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. I need a motion to approve the November 2021 expenses as presented, noting the additional bills.
I'll make a motion to approve the November 2021 expenses.
Second.
Thank you.
Belt?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Hernandez?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer?
Yes.
Flores? Yes. Motion carried.
All right. Treasurer's report.
Alrighty, balance in the super now account at First Community at the end of October was $568,627.53. Outstanding checks were $74,001.66. October payroll expense that carried over into November, $5,330.46, leaving the adjusted bank balance at $489,295.41. Lunch program balance $647.44. Imprest fund $5,000, making the balance $494,942.85. The investment balances were $12,475,400.46, leaving the balance of all funds at the end of October at $12,970,343.31. October receipts, $3,190,020.73. Expenses, $3,350,955.02. The fund balances: education fund, $5,046,698.30. Building fund, $2,488,905.60. Bond and interest, minus $282,933.09. Transportation, $2,095,687.15. IMRF, $263,366.67. Working cash, $2,587,584.57. Tort fund balance, $156,765.65. And life safety finished at $614,268.46. Interest earned for the month was $980.08. We had quite a few distributions from the state. State aid, $211,938. Special ed orphanage, $74,2557. Driver's education, $2,037.56. School lunch, $1696.72. IDEA SOIC, $35,972. The lunch program, $11,156.42. Title I, $15,249. Special ed transportation, $80,836.20. Regular transportation, $47,332.31. And special ed private facility, $21,928.27. And the seventh distribution for real estate taxes was $2,637,759.61.
Great. Any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Second.
Okay, Missouri,
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Pappas,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Flores,
Yes.
Belt. Yes. Motion carried.
Okay. Dr. Gahan, would you like to
Absolutely.
start our audit there?
We have our guest from Gaston Smith and Michael Isco.
Michael Lister.
So he's here to present to you guys our audit.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. My name is John Michaelisco from the auditing firm of Smith Michaelisco. I'm going to briefly go over the results of the audit with you tonight. Before I go into the audit itself, I want to give you a background of what the audit consists of. Essentially, we come out to the district and we examine the records. By that, we confirm all cash and investment balances on hand at year end, which is June 30th. We confirm all cash revenues received from ISBE or through the federal government, as well as the property taxes through the local government. Once we confirm all the revenues, we then move on to test expenditures, meaning we test all of the cash, not all, some of the cash disbursements of the district, the activity funds, and payroll. Once we are done with our testing, we form what we call a conclusion, and it is on the first report of the audit, which your district received a clean or unmodified opinion on a cash regulatory basis. It does say it was adverse, but that would be only if you were under the full accrual method of the GASB. We report under the allowed method by ISB for the regulatory method, and that's the method we report on. We receive a clean opinion on that. In addition to testing the financials, we also test internal controls and compliance of the district. The second report in the audit report has a clean or unmodified opinion, meaning the district followed all compliance issues, and we did not find any non-compliance or any detections of material risk associated with internal controls, meaning all the monies that were spent or received followed the proper chain of command, went through all the checks and balances, were ultimately approved by the board. Our audit is done as of June 30th, and at that point in time, your district had just about 13.7 million in cash on hand. All your funds had positive fund balances. The district itself received 19.2 million and expended 20.9, and had a fund balance decrease of 1.7 million to a final fund balance of 13.7 million at June 30th. The footnotes contain all the required disclosures between cash, debt, as well as the TRS and IMRF benefits. This year, the activity funds are not only disclosed in the financials, but are reported in the cash balances. And there was another change that the Illinois mandated now for all the districts to include the Illinois Grant Accountability and Transparency Report, which is now included in the audit report, so it's a third level of reporting. Your district did comply with that, and all the required disclosures are included in the audit as well. We do also issue two other reports along with the audit. One is a management letter. This is where we give the district guidance to improve the records. We did have two funds that went over budget through the year, and we did note the issuance of sales tax reimbursement on one of the activity funds, so we would like to curtail that. The other report we give is a communication to those charged with governance. It's what our firm communicates with the board that we did not have any disagreements with the audit. We found the records to be in good working order, and we also attach our list of journal entries to the district office, mostly cosmetic, to get your chart accounts kind of match ISB chart accounts for the state AFR form, which is another report we do for your school, which is essentially an Excel version of the maroon audit report. This will be submitted to ISB. Everything that needed to be done on this report was completed. Your district received a 3.65 out of 4.0 on the financial profile score, which is the recognition status, the highest one they give. And looking for the future, your district expended $549,000 of federal monies with some of the CARES programs that are coming in the future. If your school district did expend $750,000, you might be subject to what they call a single audit, which is a third layer testing we'd have to do on federal programs. So keep that in mind. If we do get that threshold next year, there might be another report along with the. With all that being said, are there any additional questions for the audit.
But you would be doing the audit if the requirements from the feds, you would be doing that.
Yes, it dovetails in with the regular reporting.
Okay.
It's just an extra set on just the federal programs.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions? Feel free to reach out to me at any point during the year.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, appreciate all your work.
All right. So for public comment, I have Carla Weissel.
Carla Weissel, Beecher, Illinois. I would like to thank Dr. Gaham for being a voice of reason in his email response from him today. In essence, Dr. Gaham indicated that the public should have their time to talk going forward. What happened was, at the Facilities Committee meeting on November 2nd, 2021, which the recording is now on the website, President Pappas, along with Vice President Herman and Secretary Pallmeyer, tried to stop me from making my public comment. I do not think a penny of our taxpayer money should be spent trying to silence the public, especially in light of the First Amendment, freedom of speech, and the Open Meetings Act. The voice of reason, Dr. Gaham, indicated that he was not going to contact the lawyers as instructed by President Pappas regarding this matter, and the public can say what needs to be said. I really did not think the board had a legal leg to stand on, especially because of that whole PAC submission last year. The only item that seemed to be substantiated was that former President Herman did not read the public comments, which the public is entitled to make. At the board retreat on August 30th, 2021, President Pappas stated that communication with the public is key. However, she has spent since April 2021 attempting to silence people, especially me. She has interrupted select people up to 3 times during public comments, point of ordered us, called me slanderous, and stated that my remarks are filled with untruth. President Pappas, you can't handle the truth. There was so much financial disinformation being presented that I called board members out at November 2nd, 2021 facilities meeting. Member Belt stated that a $600,000 grant could only be used for air conditioning or the district would lose it. So the air conditioning was only costing $400,000 and the boilers were $5 million. Not true. The boilers are all entangled, Mrs. Belt, and you're not even getting all new boilers for this nearly $6 million project for only 2 schools. Why leave the junior high out? There's much more. If you listen to the recording from November 2nd, 2021, you will see why President Pappas, Vice President Herman, and Finance Chair Pallmeyer did not want the truth coming out. Just tell the truth to the public and you won't have to stop trying to silence people who hold you accountable for your statements. The truth is, according to the August 5th, 2021 Superintendent's Report, you are deficit spending $1.8 million for fixed costs annually. And if you leave somewhere in the $5 million range in reserves after this project, you will have no money left in less than 3 years. The plan is to ask the voters to raise the levy for fixed costs, a lot like paying off your mortgage, but the payment doesn't go down. If the levy raise does not pass, the district is in serious financial trouble. The board has missed many marks on the HVAC-related project. They have lacked a comprehensive facilities plan that Superintendent Cox never delivered on, and there's no clear representation of reasonable options to consider. And above all else, no public documentation has been shared with the public regarding the HVAC project, the largest investment of funds.
You are done, please. Thanks. For a public comment response, I will say that following comments before, we always had a previous practice that we would keep it according to topic, as previous board member Weissel might remember. Either way, I was making sure that we are staying with the subject at hand, which is best practice anyways. All right, I have another public comment to read that was emailed to me. This is coming from Village of Beecher trustee Todd Kraus, public safety chairman. Dear school board members, I will attempt to make your meeting in person, but our village meeting is the same time as yours. If I am unable to attend in person, please read this letter on my behalf. I am emailing you to ask you to table or vote no to terminate the IGA intergovernmental agreement between the village and school regarding the SRO program. I watched your video or your meeting on November 2nd where the SRO was discussed. Our board was unaware of your board's concerns regarding this program or that you were considering terminating the IGA. I'm asking you to give us time to rectify your concerns. Let's get both of our committees in the same room to figure out what has and has not worked and ways to fix it. Another reason I'm asking you to delay the vote is because there has been a mix-up on what the police department can and cannot provide the schools. One piece of information I heard during your meeting is that the police department could not provide another SRO until February or March. This is not accurate. We could immediately replace the SRO if the current one is pulled from the school. Confusing, I know. There have been several newly elected officials and administrative staff changes on both sides over the last several months. To no one's fault, I believe this may have caused some confusion in this matter. Additionally, I have heard what you said during your meeting on why the program wasn't successful in your eyes. I understand the program has not lived up to its full potential. Some of that was due to COVID, but not all. After learning some of the things that weren't done, I agree the program hasn't lived up to what was expected from either side when the SRO program was started. Give us time to meet and get out all the information before you make a decision about the SRO program. Thank you, Todd Kraus, Village of Beecher, Trustee, Public Safety, Chairman.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about it around then, if that's okay, in the agenda item. Unless you wanted to say something else, but when we're in that agenda, we're going to discuss it.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
All righty. Having no other public comments, looks like Dr. Gaham is listed first on the staff reports.
Here's that way. You have my report in front of you guys, or actually you got it on Monday, or Friday, or Thursday, or one day in a week. As I noted in the board report, this month we had 3 FOIAs. All 3 of them were satisfied within the time limits required. And then one of the additional pieces to the shield testing, again, they have a third party. We believe it's going to start on the 16th. That may be delayed a week. They might actually start after Thanksgiving break. However, one of the things that the shield group would like us to do is try to find a local, even a parent who could be hired by this third party. They would get $20 an hour to help administer that test and to make it go a little bit more smoothly. So once they put a job description together, which they still haven't done that for me, but they're going to link it to Indeed.com. Once that happens, I'll make sure it gets out on our website and on Facebook, things like that. So if there's any families who parents are looking for 10 hours a week to do some shield testing, that's coming out soon. So that's kind of where we're at. Other than that, you've seen me at a lot of committee meetings and stuff, so is there any other questions you have? Thank you.
Mrs. Black?
Hello, everyone. I submitted my report as well. Don't know if anyone had any questions about it or.
It was longer than Mr. Myers.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, Dr. Kwasny?
Good evening. I just wanted to mention if there was one thing that I did not include in the board report. So I just wanted to mention that the Beecher speech team earned 28 first place medals and 6 second place ribbons at the IESA speech contest at Mantino at the end of October. So I just wanted to say congratulations to them. I forgot to include that in my report. Other than that, does anybody have any questions?
There were pictures. Is this, oh, that was from the art project?
Yes,
Oh, it was just
from the Monster Project.
From the Monster Project, so that, since it was between all 3 schools,
Yes.
okay.
Mhm.
That was such a great project.
It was awesome.
I love how all the schools came together for that.
They had so much fun and they turned out really great.
Yeah.
I just had one question on the activity fund. It
Yes.
seems that it's getting to be a large amount. Do we have any plans for doing something with that money?
Can I speak to that?
Sure.
No, you are put in a bad situation. So with fundraising, with the account that's raised about, I think it's like $18,000, whatever it is. So yes, the past 2 years, we've had about $4,000, and that may not be totally accurate, but it was to go on the boat trip that we tried to do for the 8th graders. So a lot of that is going to be spent, and then we basically tried to keep funding so we can still do activities, but that was kind of the big picture thing, and we hope we still have a reserve in there now for possibly May. We had it in there last year, and they worked with us with the past couple of years of keeping our down payment, and then hopefully whatever else we owe coming May, or if Dr. Quasney continues or chooses to do that. But that's one of the places where we were looking at spending that particular amount of money.
Okay.
And then and I don't know if she does quarter trips, but we thought that was going to come back too this year, so that could be a possibility when she spends it on. But yes, we are aware, and we try to do as much as we can for the kids with that, but they're not paying food, so.
And we are planning on going on that trip at the end of the year for the 8th graders. And we have been doing some lower level stuff for the quarterly rewards parties, but we're going to hopefully be able to step that up and do some more fun things that are a little bit more extravagant, if you want to say that, as the year progresses, hopefully.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. The PTO representatives have reached out and, inquired what more they can do to, so I'm excited to see that,
Yeah, just fundraise somewhere.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's exciting. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Dr. Quasney. Mr. Meyer?
He didn't want to submit a report, I think, by the time of the report. I'm glad you guys caught that.
Yeah, I saw that. You had your homework in late.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. There was a mix-up, and we didn't get your report yet, or until late. Yeah.
I did.
You need to get it in on time,
Marla
Mr.
said
Meyer.
I tried to wait till the last minute because I know we had our admin meeting on Thursday, and I didn't want to screw it up, which of course I did as well anyway, because I didn't get the proper wording in, but that's later. Erilyn Martinez was going to come today, or try, so since she didn't come today, we'll get her in next month at cross country. She got like 97th out of 258 or something.
Good for
That was
her.
personal
Amazing.
best, but no, she did well.
Really good.
So, anything, Mr. Missouri, you have questions on?
No, I thought it was actually a good report. I just
Oh,
let's
sure about
get it in a little
that?
sooner.
I'm working on it. Punctualities.
Extra points for outfit coordination. We like the colors.
We did talk
I feel
about
like
it.
it's.
We did, we talked about it in Mrs. Black, come on.
I also have a purple shirt that I could have
I
worn.
mean,
You missed that memo.
yes, they left you out. On Mondays, we wear lavender. Okay. Thank you very much. Anybody have questions for Mr. Meyer?
Not a question, but a comment to Ms. Martin for the student council haunted hallway.
Yes.
Kids there were a few hiccups, I think, but for the
Not
most
bad.
part, she did
Yes.
a wonderful job for her first
Yes.
year out. The kids
Yes.
had so much fun doing it.
And that's why I tried to put in the report, the community was extremely supportive. Yes, did well monetarily as well, which is not all about that, but that sure helps with the student council, so.
I don't
Appreciate it.
personally go through haunted houses, but my kids loved it.
No, they
Yeah,
didn't.
that's all.
Drop
Drop them off, pick them up when they're
It was
done.
good. No, it was good. You do a nice job.
Yeah.
Quick question, Mike. I know this is probably a Bob Ogden question, but with the athletic trainer non-existent, so to speak, is there any way that we can even reach out to the community for maybe like an off-duty paramedic that's
We've
not
reaced out to the fire department.
fire department or
We have.
something, because this is just going
We have.
nowhere, and you're going into basketball season, which is
And for lack of a better way to say, yeah, and they've told us every time, not every time, but it seems that when we needed one, there was a call or there was something, and they only have one on duty.
Yes.
And I may not
Right.
be speaking 100% truth.
I know.
But Bob was just saying, every time it's this, and this. But yes, he has reached out to the.
That field is very challenging in all
Sorry.
aspects right now to get in, I know.
I'm sure it
And then we
is.
thought, yeah.
I agree.
Does it have to be a paramedic or can it be an EMT?
I think anybody
No, I
would
think either one.
be
I think EMT.
qualified. or heck, even an RN. I mean, seriously.
Maybe it's something to look into.
It's something to
I don't
look
know.
into because, I mean, soccer was very, very sketchy. And now, like I said, you're going into basketball season, which can be a treacherous sport as well.
Yeah, I can sure
Okay.
talk to him, see if we can chip the trees. I know they got more EMTs than they do paramedics, so
Mhm.
that might come in handy.
Hey, anything.
Anybody, yeah, that'd be good.
Anybody, because this is thoroughly disappointing.
Mhm.
So,
And he wants to keep it, he keeps putting it in the report because he wants to- that he's still trying and
I
still
know.
communicating, and so it's
Yeah,
just, it
I know.
doesn't work
okay,
so far.
Okay, cool.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so committee reports, Ron, on
Just on the
policy.
policy committee is 2220 will be first reading. That's just to state that, if possible, that all meetings will be recorded live or would definitely be put on the website, even committee meetings now, not just board meetings, which I believe is big transparency. And I think after the second reading, we already did it once, but after the second reading, it'll be permanent moving forward.
Great.
So, thank everybody. And Julie, you reached out on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then are we waiting on approving that? Or this is just the second, we don't approve yet, right?
No, this is the first.
This was the
This is the
first?
first reading, this is going to be the
Because
first
we didn't have the
reading.
special, I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay, all right, thank you very much, Ron.
You got it.
And Janet for finance.
Okay, we had our finance committee, we reviewed, and quite a few members were there, going over the HVAC outline in detail, more of an understanding of what is going on, and reiterated once again, it's strictly not AC, it's also for air quality, heat, etc. on that. And thanks to Dr. Gaham to provide an in-depth, shortened version, breaking it down like we're 5 on the levy. It's pretty cut and dry.
And it's not just for us, it's for the
It's
entire
for, yeah, it's not
community.
for us, but it's for the
Yeah.
whole community to understand. And thank you for also posting that video of the breakdown. I hope people listen to it and get a better understanding of what's going on. Because when I first was a board member, that was all Greek. And I'm sure it was for everybody else when we all came on board, going, what does this mean? So, thank you again for posting that. Of course. I do appreciate it.
Yes. And then for facilities, for HVAC committee, we were all there, and I appreciate everybody being there. To piggyback on what Janet said about making sure that we're focusing that this is not just AC. We are not doing this, for heat days only. This is to improve, first of all, we are using the boiler from the addition at the high school, but the rest in the other schools will get away from radiant heat. We will now have ventilation, which has so many benefits. It's hard to list them all right now because we've been listing them for the last few months. Also, we are getting an electrical upgrade, which is completely needed, and that's also within the price. And so after going over that, we touched on some of the contract issue that we had about whether or not to include the operational expenses, as we had gotten information that that is normal to be in for the energy savings. And we decided to move ahead for an action item tonight for HVAC. Does anybody have any questions about that? No? This is a huge decision that the board has not taken lightly. We have gone through many conversations, much planning, much education on it, and I'm very proud of the board as a whole that we all came together to work on this and have been as effective as we have been. I think that's a win for the entire district. So, yes, Personnel Committee meeting.
Yes, the Personnel Committee met to discuss the SRO position. Current SRO is currently moving to a position within the police department. We discussed the ramifications and what we could do to fill the spot and our agreement. But after our meeting, we received the memo from Todd Kraus, and we have not, the committee has not talked to anyone from the village, so at this time I'd like to table the vote on the SRO until we've had a chance to talk to Mr. Kraus.
Yeah.
Comments, yeah, questions or
Yeah.
comments?
Well, you have to ask, who, as in that committee, I was there, who reached out to you? The chief. So, I'm sure the chief didn't come here on his own and say, hey, this is it. So somebody had to speak with the chief. So, you know, I do believe that, again, let's not put our dollars over safety. Again, I believe, I heard you read Todd's letter. I respect Todd a lot. And, I believe if there's something here, somebody sent the chief here. I'm sure he didn't just come here and say, let's get rid of the school resource officer position. So I think that tabling it and bringing it back to your committee, Larry, would be the proper way of doing things. Like I said, my concerns were there, and it was, mentioned. I think me and Julie were the ones, they can bring those stranger danger, stuff like that, and all those programs into it, that I'm for it.
Mhm. The one thing I do want to say, just in our discussion, is that with the intergovernmental agreement, that what we talk about, if we vote, no, we're not interested in moving forward, that is one piece of what happens. What happens is that the village board, the trustees then talk about this, and if they say no, and they all have, the majority have agreed, I mean, we are hearing from Mr. Kraus, whatever, that they don't want to, then it wouldn't. If they said they still wanted to, then we would have the opportunity to discuss as well again, okay? So that's just kind of how that goes. Like, it's not just oh, we're out. Like, it's still an intergovernmental agreement. So, if we feel that we wanted to say no, it doesn't mean that it's dead, If we want to step back and sit down with them, we could do that too. We don't have to, but it is definitely a possibility if we want to just sit down and have a conversation, and we can go through where we're at with it at this time.
I think you guys should extend them to the village and the police department to come out, at least hear what they have to say. I believe that tabling is the best thing to do, because I was under the impression that the village didn't want it. That's how I took that meeting. It doesn't sound like that, so I would table it and bring it back to your committee, Larry.
Yeah, I kind of think that the things came as a surprise to everyone over there, and it was just, oops, this is, we have a problem, and we don't know if we can fix it. But I think after more consideration, they decided maybe they can handle it, and at least we should talk to them, at least for good relations with the village.
Okay. Do we need a motion to table, or do we, is that based
No,
on
the
chair?
committee can, then we can,
To the chair, okay.
we can table it.
Okay. All right, then it is tabled. Okay, then, double check this meeting is going. All right, so, is that the actual
Wegman. Mhm.
item?
That's old business, yeah.
I know that, but is this?
Yes.
The approval of the.
Okay, all right, here we go. We're gonna go, there we go. So, with that, after the report from Finance and Facilities and all of the numerous meetings, I need a motion, or I'm looking for a motion to approve the GRP Wegman contract as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay, Herman?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Belt?
Yes.
Zerk?
Yes.
Hernandez?
I like the project, I just can't approve it at this time, spending the $2 million deficit spending, so, no.
Okay, motion carried.
All righty. I need a motion to, and well, I can't not say anything, but I want to say that, again, thank you to the board. Thank you for the conversations on all ends, also Mr. Hernandez. I'm very proud of this. I feel like this is a huge step for Beecher and for the kids and for the staff and in our facilities. So great job, everybody. All right, so I need a motion to approve the fiscal year 2021 audit as presented.
So moved.
Second?
Hernandez,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Pappas,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Flores,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
Missouri,
Yes.
motion carried.
I need a motion to approve the 2021 tentative levy as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Herman,
Yes.
Pappas,
Yep.
Palmer,
Yes.
Flores,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
Missouri,
Yes.
Hernandez,
Yes.
motion carried.
I need a motion to approve the first reading of policy 2:220 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Pappas,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Flores,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
Missouri,
Yes.
Hernandez,
Yes.
and Herman,
Yes.
motion carried.
I need a motion to approve the employment of Kevin Pavasic as high school girls assistant basketball coach.
So moved.
Second.
Palmer,
Yes.
Flores,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
Missouri,
Yes.
Hernandez,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
and Pappas,
Yes.
motion carried.
I need a motion to approve the retirement of Diana Pachaki as full-time custodian effective December 31st, 2021.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, Flores,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
Missouri,
Yes.
Hernandez,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Pappas,
Yes.
and Palmer.
Yes.
Do you know how long she's been in the district?
I'm sorry.
Do you know how long she's been in the district?
It
It was on there like 17 years.
17.
Yeah, it's in the law.
Well, thank you, Ms. Pachaki, for all of your work.
So she started off as a lunchroom monitor?
Lunch lady, yeah.
Uh-huh. No, monitor.
Or monitor,
A
yeah.
volunteer monitor from a parent, so that's how she started in the
That's
district.
awesome. Well, thank you so much. So that is off. Dr. Gaham, Family Medical Leave Act.
Yeah, there's nothing in board policy that actually says designee, which is me, approves FMLAs. However, TRS wants to make sure that the board is notified of FMLA leaves when they do occur. That way, when it's reported to TRS, that it is formalized on their end. So there's no board action to make. I put that confidential information in your packet from me. Just kind of giving you a heads up.
All right, thank you. Motion to approve the memorandum of understanding between Beecher Education Association and Beecher Board of Education regarding personal days as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Missouri,
Yes.
Hernandez,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Pappas,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Flores,
Yes.
and Belt.
Yes.
Motion carried.
I need a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding between Beecher Education Association and Beecher Board of Education regarding COVID-19 days as presented.
So moved.
Second?
Hernandez,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Pappas,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Flores,
Yes.
Belt,
Yes.
and Missouri.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Madam President, just so everybody's aware that there's a House Bill 2778, that is the one that has passed both houses. It still needs to be signed by the governor, but that is the one that goes back to all COVID days are covered by all people. So if that takes effect, obviously this MOU is a moot point, but
Will that go back and they would get their sick days back if they had already had it off?
yep, all the way back to the beginning of the school year.
Okay,
So,
thank you. I need
Wait, hold on a second.
Yep.
The school year or prior? I mean,
school year, so school year 21-22.
got it, thank you.
This was a policy before.
That, yeah, it stopped in April of last year.
Yes.
And then they've tried to bring it back up. There's a big push, obviously, from the unions, and then the governor's getting some heat from the other side now for discussion, so.
Okay. Thank you.
I need a motion to approve the intergovernmental agreement Schools of Illinois Public Cooperative SIPC as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Herman?
Yes.
Pappas?
Yes.
Palmer?
Yes.
Floyd?
Yes.
Vote?
Yes.
Reserve?
Yes.
And Hernandez?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Having no items for executive session, anything other and under other to discuss?
Ms. Flores, you wanted a policy meeting, you had a concern that you wanted to address, so we can get that anytime this week, just let me know.
Oh,
Okay. So policy meeting coming up, personnel meeting coming up.
I'll contact
Okay.
Todd and see what we can.
Any other, the annual board conference is in a couple weeks in Chicago. Any other upcoming dates? No? All right, having nothing else, I need a motion to adjourn.
So.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, is that just committee? I'm tired. Okay.